Hey, what's up everyone? I have a project I'm gonna work on today. I'm gonna take out this Arborvitae tree right here. It's probably about, I'm guessing around 15 feet tall or so, maybe a little bit less. So all three of these Arborvitaes right here have been really healthy. And then last year, about a year ago, we got a new puppy and he chose to use this one as his hydrant. I have several different saws I could choose from to take this out, but I'm excited today because I'm gonna test out for the first time the Milwaukee M12 FUEL Hatchet 6-inch pruning saw kit. So let's take a close look at it. So this is the saw itself right here. Take the sheath off, and then this kit, it comes with a 4 amp hour battery right here, the M12 battery. So that goes in right there. And then there's a safety release right there. And if you pull the trigger, I believe it gets up to speed like within a second. So all you have to do is charge the battery, put some bar oil in. So let's take a look at the situation here and see how this performs. So the characteristics of this right here has a couple of main sections that come up and then a couple of smaller ones. So you'll see where I'll be doing like more than like one cut. It's going to take several cuts to take this out. And then what I'm going to do is grab my log chain and I'm going to probably leave it up maybe about 3 feet or so I can wrap my chain around it to have some leverage. I'm going to use my SUV to pull it out of the ground. So one thing with the weather last night, we had a lot of rain, so the ground's pretty moist. If you're in some really heavy soil and it's very dry, it might be a good idea to just water that area a bit to get the ground fairly saturated, so when you put a chain around it and pull it out, it will just go a little bit easier. All right, so I'm going to move the camera to the other side and then we're going to start cutting. You know, whenever I run a chainsaw, I think it's just a good idea to have some safety gear on, so I am going to put this on right here. I don't really need the earmuffs, so I might leave those off, but just if anything were to fall from up above or to sling back and hit you in the face, it's just nice having this right here. So from what I can see, it looks like it could be a one-handed saw, but I'm going to guess for safety's sake, it's a good idea to have 2 hands when operating it. So we're going to cut some of the small sections off first and then go to the thicker stuff. Alright, so here's the main one. I'm going to go most of the way through and just push it over. Alright, I'm going to miss this. So what I'm going to do right now is just clean some of the stuff up down here so then I can get my chain around it a little better. So right now I've been able to clean a lot of the dead stuff out of there. I used my leaf blower and now I'm just going to use the Milwaukee saw a little bit more to just finish cleaning up some of these small branches here. All right, let's see what happens. right, I'm very excited. That went well. Alright, we're back from the nursery. I'm going to unload the things that I picked up, and then I'm going to do some final prep work here, and then we're going to get things put in the ground. So right now I'm going to finish cleaning this area up right here. Got some roots still to deal with. Get some of these twigs out of the way. So this root right here I can probably get with a shovel. One tool I recommend if you're trying to cut through some deep roots, the Milwaukee Axe Sawzall Blade right here works really well. This you can actually stick in the dirt and start cutting. So unlike a chainsaw, if you stick it in the dirt, it's going to get dull right away. This right here works really well. So just for kicks, I'm going to use the Milwaukee Super Sawzall right here, install the blade, and just show you how it cuts through that. Right next to me over here, I have a serviceberry tree. I had a project last summer trying to trench next to that serviceberry tree right there. I did have a few roots that were in the way, so I ended up using the axe right there. I'll show you what that project looked like. That was quite an involved project, but I'm really glad to get that done. So let's take a look now and see how this works. So this kit right here comes with a 12 amp hour battery. I'm actually just running the 5 amp hour battery because the other one is on the charger. And here's a close look at what the blade looks like. So there's different lengths of this. I believe it's 6, 9, and 12 inches. This is the 6-inch blade. I've had some people ask whether you can use a smaller amp hour battery. And this kit right here comes with the 12 amp hour battery. But I'm going to show you what you can do with a 5 amp hour battery too. Still works. So as you can see, this root right here is where it ends. So if you want to just put this in the ground, you can do that and not have to worry about the blade getting dull. We're going to do the same thing over on this end right here. I'm going to cut that back right over here. There, piece of cake. So when it comes to landscaping and roots, I definitely recommend the Axe Sawzall Blade right here. I'll have a link down below if you want to check it out. I always like to put the plant right in there just to get an idea of what it looks like. So now for good measure, we're going to put a little bit of garden soil on the bottom and on the sides, a little bit around the top. We also have some mulch to put on the top just to help keep the moisture in. I'm not an expert when it comes to landscaping, but I have done quite a bit of it, and the method I'm using right here I've had a lot of success with. If you're a gardener of some sort or landscaper, let me know if there's something you would do different. Now we're going to put on the mulch. Hey, Oakley, back away from that, buddy. Come here. Good boy. Now we're into the mulching part of this process. So I have professional mulch, cypress blend. So we're going to put that down and Oakley, come on. We're going to put that down and then we're going to water it. And I just like using this little shrub rake. It's very handy for projects like this right here. All right, I think that looks good. And the last step, we just want to give it a good soaking. Yeah, you are a very curious dog, aren't you? So for the next month, I'm going to make sure that I water this every single day unless it rains. And then once we get into November, then it's probably going to start getting really cold out, and then it's going to go into that dormant stage. And then I don't have to worry about it until next spring. So So something else in this video I thought you might want to see is a comparison of the Milwaukee Hatchet and the Milwaukee Axe. So let's go over there. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So right here we have some cherry right here that's cut up. So it ranges from 2 inches to 5 inches in diameter. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to do a cut comparison between the Milwaukee Hatchet, and then I have the Super Sawzall right here. I switched the battery out to a 12 amp hour battery. It's fully charged. And we're going to see how this 6-inch axe blade right here works. So what I decided to do is put the limbs in a vise right here to keep these nice and steady. That way the comparison is as fair as possible. So this piece right here is really close to 2 inches. It's just under. Let's start with the hatchet first. I'm just going to use steady pressure. I'm not going to push anything. Now we're going to try the axe. Pretty close. It leaves a little bit of bark at the end where the hatchet goes all the way through. See how the Sawzall does? All right, one more time. Oh, I can actually see a little bit of smoke coming off that. Interesting. Now it's the thickest stuff right here. All right, I think as long as you don't push it and you're patient with the M12 here, it definitely does a nice job cutting through. Let's see how thick this is right here. This is some of the thickest stuff that I have in my pile. And it's about 4.5 inches thick. I should probably go with a longer blade. Let's see what happens. Oh, yeah, definitely that works too. So I was just measuring with the blade out most of the way. The 6-inch blade gives you just over 4.5 inches, so it was just enough to cut this right here, which I thought I did a nice job. So I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out my landscape project over there. So give me a chance to test out the Milwaukee Hatchet right here. If you want to find out more about this, I'll have a link down below at the Home Depot where you can see all the ratings and reviews. And then if you want to get some information on the Axe Sawzall blades, I'll have a link to that too. So if you enjoyed this video, me showing you a weekend landscaping project, as well as showing you some new Milwaukee tools right here, please give the video a thumbs up and help support my channel. That's it, friends. Thanks for watching. See you next time.